Welcome to Hee-Haw with special guest Johnny Cash, Dean Shepard, George Lindsay, and starring Buck Owens and Roy Clark.
And the whole Hee-Haw gang.
Archie Campbell, Gordy Tack, Vanilla Hudson, Grandpa Joe, Lisa Todd, Junior Sample, Don Harris, Minnie Pearl, Spring Moon, Harvey Benton, Jim and John Hager, Marianne Gordon, Jimmy Whittle and Jackie Phelps, Misty Rowe, Terry Cole, Ronnie Stoneman, Nashville Edition, Daphne Baker, and Beauregard the Wonder Dog.
Moon's coming up, the sun's going down.
We're back again, so gather round.
Well, lots more songs and a lot more fun in it.
Hee-Haw's here, we're off and running. Here it goes.
A husband is a feller who always has the next to the last word.
Good morning, Grandpa.
Good morning, boy.
Gordy, I need to buy some dark hair dye for my wife. She thinks she's a refrigerator.
Oh, no. How did that come about?
Well, she started out frosting her hair, and she just got carried away. Hi, friend. Honest as a day is long samples here. Folks, I don't mind telling you I made a bundle pushing used cars. And starting this weekend, I'm passing my profits on to you. Come on down to the lot and ask one of our salesmen on parole to work out some terms for you. That's BR549, and hold down the collect calls. I'm no Rockefeller, you know.
I really am Claude Strawberry. She was as ugly as sin and mean as too much gin. She'd offered a lot of dough to a guy named Joe. She wanted to get married right away. This ugly lady wanted it today. And Joe said he'd marry her too, but to who?
String Bean, I noticed when you tell people about that fish you caught last week, the size varies when you tell the different people.
Yes, Marianne. I never tell a man more than I think he'll believe.
Cornelius, when is a period used?
A period is used at the end of a sentence.
Good. Give me an example using a period at the end of a short sentence.
Dad got 3 days in jail for jaywalking, period.
That was a tough sentence.
I know, he only thought he'd get 1 day.
A beloved philosopher and humorist once said, "I never met a banana I didn't like." Shortly after, he was attacked by a crazed, homicidal banana. And when he passed away, he wished he'd never married one.
Okay, hold it. That's a stolen joke. Round up usual suspects. I got it.
And now here is Johnny Cash to sing about the big river.
Now I taught the weeping willow how to cry, and I showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears I cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die. I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it tore me up every time I heard her drawl, southern drawl. Then I heard my dream, went back downstream, cavorting in Davenport, and I followed you, big river, when you called. Then you took me to St. Louis, later on down the river. A freighter said she's been here, but she's gone, boy, she's gone. I found her trail in Memphis, but she just walked up the bluff. She raised a few eyebrows and went on down alone. Now won't you bat it down by Baton Rouge, River Queen, roll it on. Take that woman on down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Go on, I've had enough. Dump my blues down in the Gulf. She loves you, Big River, more than me. Yes, I taught the weeping willow how to cry, cry, cry. And I showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears I cried for that woman gonna flood you, Big River. And I'm gonna sit right here until I die.
Doctor, I'm starting to lose my memory. Should it worry me?
Nah, forget it.
Here's Roy Clark.
Did you ever see a robin weep when leaves begin to die? That means he's lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Did you ever see a night so long when time goes crawling by? The moon just went behind a cloud to hide its face and cry. Did you hear that lonesome whippoorwill? He sounds too blue to fly. That midnight train is white and low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. The silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky. And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
What time are you expecting me over tonight, Marianne?
Why, you flirt. I'm not expecting you at any time.
Oh, great. Then I'll surprise you.
Hey, you know, Willie, I hear they're using women now in the Secret Service.
Yeah, Ganella. There goes all of our secrets.
Hey, Johnny, is your marriage a happy one?
Yep, we've been married several years and we've never had a fight in our house.
Hey, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we always go out in the yard.
Say, John, I hear you got a twin brother. That's amazing. You think that's something? Wait till I tell you this. My twin brother's got a twin brother, too.
Hey, Gordy, what do you mean wives are just like fishermen?
Well, Lisa, they always are bragging about the ones that got away and complaining about the one they caught.
Roy, did your girlfriend's father encourage you?
Well, he smoked both cigars I had in my pocket and borrowed $25. Now, do you call that encouragement?
Well, encouragement, I'd say you was already a member of the family.
Hey, Johnny, I hear you play the trombone.
Yeah, but lately I've been letting it slide.
strange what will stray into a field when someone leaves a gate open.
Mr. Plaster of Paris fell into a vat of his own making and became a hardened man.
Hey, Grandpa! What's for supper?
A Canada goose I got this fall, and plenty of dressing that'll please you all, and pumpkin pie with cream on top, and piping hot coffee good to the last draw.
Yum, yum!
Here's Jim and John, the Hagers.
My Maria, don't you know I have come a long, long way? I've been longing to see her. When she's around, she takes my blues away. Sweet Maria, the sunlight surely hurts my eyes. I'm a lonely dreamer, lonely highway in the skies. Maria, Maria, I love you, oh my Maria. Maria, Maria, I love you, Maria, I love you. My Maria, there were some blue and sorrowful times. Just my thoughts about you bring back my peace of mind. Hey, gypsy lady, do your miracle work for me. You set my soul free like a ship sailing on the sea. She's the sunlight when the sky's so gray. She treats me so right, baby. Take me away. Play it up. Maria, Maria, I love you, oh my Maria. Maria, Maria, I love you, Maria, I love you. Maria, Maria, I love you, oh my Maria. Maria, Maria, I love you, Maria, I love you. Maria, Maria, I love you, oh my love you.
Here we are, folks, at the mailbox today, and Buddy, we've got a letter, I see.
Yes, sir.
And it says?
Mrs. George Eldridge of Detroit, Michigan says, Dear Buck, my husband and I are tired of city living, and we want to move to the country. How does the land lie in Cornfield County?
Well, Mrs. Eldridge, it isn't the land that lies out here. It's the real estate agents.
Minnie, when are we girls going to start getting important jobs in management? Most men think all we're good for is having children.
Girls, I'm afraid that for every one of us that's in management, there's 100 in labor.
You know, Junior, I tried this here drinking man's diet. It worked fine till I run out of moonshine. My wife left me high and dry.
If he was my husband, I'd have left him low and wet. I would have dumped him in the well.
One day she served me a couple of fried eggs. That was one of her contemptible tricks. And I told her off, I said, when you fry eggs, don't dirty my plate, dear, with less than 6.
Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You had another and you were gone.
One of your nephews, he drives a truck, don't he?
Yeah, he drove a truck for a while, and he got his own. Well, and he drove up into Little Bud Gammon's filling station one time.
I know Little Bud.
With a load of cross ties. Yeah. And Little Bud come out, and he said, "What are you hauling?" He said, "Cross ties." I said, "Oh, how many you got?" He said, 12. Little Bud said, "I counted 13. And he said, "Well, I must have lost one."
Now, girls, it shouldn't matter to you whether you're gentlemen callers or rich or poor, just as long as they have money.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the one and only Buck Owens.
I was riding the prairie when out of the blue I could see there were 24 Indians starting to close in on me. There was no place I could run, and I never carried a gun, so I cried for help. And along came Hopalong Cassidy, Maverick and Billy the Kid. I'd have been lost if they hadn't shown up when they did. And there was even Doc Holliday, Buffalo Bill, Jesse James, and 300 cavalry, but I can't remember their names. I was safe in my cabin and thinking of going to bed when an Indian tomahawk stuck in the wall by my bed. I looked through the window to see 3,000 Indians coming at me, so I cried for help. And along came Hopalong Cassidy, Maverick and Billy the Kid. I'd have been lost if they hadn't shown up when they did. And there was even Doc Holliday, Buffalo Bill, Jesse James, and 300 cavalry, but I can't remember their names.
Quiet, I'm trying to sing.
And one day I was caught and was taken to sea running bear. And we got on so well that he told me that I could stay there. And according to Indian law, I could have me a choice of a squaw. I needed no help. But along came Hopalong Cassidy, Maverick and Billy the Kid. I'd have been fine if they hadn't shown up when they did. There was even Doc Holliday, Buffalo Bill, Jesse James, and 300 cavalry, but I can't remember their names.
Land of Goshen, and for heaven's sake, we're going to take a station break.
Hello. We'll be right back. Hello.
Hi, John Carter Cash and I want to welcome you to Pickin' and Grinnin'.
You know, Roy, it ain't really too hard to tell a woman's age.
And ain't really too smart either.
All right.
Yes, Buck.
I'll tell you what I've learned. The only way to fight a woman is with your hat.
With your hat?
Yeah, grab your hat and run.
wife really a bad cook, Roy?
Is she
really?
a bad cook?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if my little boy is good, I let him go to bed at night without supper.
Well, after all, Roy, all women are alike.
Yeah, and women are all I like, too. Buck, is it true that your wife is money mad?
Yep, I won't give her any money that drives her mad.
Welcome to Grandpa and Minnie's kitchen. What's on the menu today, Grandpa?
Well, today we're having fairy tale soup. We're having curds and whey.
Curds and whey? Why, I wouldn't know a curd if I see one, and I certainly don't know the whey.
Which way?
That way. Now show me a curd.
What occurred?
When?
What occurred when you said what you said about the curds and whey?
Will you please show me the way?
Oh, the way. It's down the hall and to the right.
Thank you.
Nurse Goodbody, come in here quick.
Okay.
I have just found one of our patients has got a case of berry. Now, what do you think I ought to do with that?
Oh, just give it to Junior Samples. He'll drink anything.
For short, you could just call her LSD. That stands for Lord, She's Dumb.
Ferguson here with all the doings of some people as well as some of the people that they done. Waldo Bergby was up in front of your county court again this morning, charged with stealing another overcoat. The judge reminded Waldo that he was up for stealing an overcoat last year. And 3 years before that. And by golly, even 5 years before that. So the judge asked Waldo how come he was in front of him again. And Waldo reminded the judge that overcoats ain't quite what they used to be. Elmer Muxworthy was fished out of Barry's Bay yesterday and given the mouth-to-mouth exasperation. When they pumped enough water out of him to bring him back to conscientiousness, they waved a glass of whiskey under his nose. And old Elmer opened his eyes and said, "Turn me on my back, boys, and pump some more of that artificial perspiration. You know I always take it straight." Mind it was Elmer last month, pretty near got his asphyxiation again. He was eating a piece of cherry pie in your Grey Cup lunch when the waitress laid his bill on the table right side up. Maybe I should say the wrong side up. For when Elmer saw the price of that meal, he gulped and got pretty near choked Cherry Stone to death.
What's he want with artificial perspiration? I always get the real thing.
Hee-haw salutes my hometown, Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, approximately 8,100.
Order in the court. Now, Grandpa, what's this about you disturbing peace? I mean, fighting with your wife.
Well, Your Honor, I was just trying to get her mouth taped shut before we went to bed. She thinks she's a refrigerator, you know.
You think she's a refrigerator?
Yeah, and she sleeps with her mouth open, and that little light keeps me awake all night.
Here's George Lindsay.
My brother Bill got a still on the hill where he runs off a gallon or two. The buzzards in the sky gets a drunk they can't fly from smelling that good old Mountain Dew.
They call it that old Mountain Dew, Dew, anthem that refuses our view. I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
My Uncle Nort, why he's sawed off in short, he measures about 4'2", but he thinks he's a giant when you give him a pint of this good old Mountain Dew.
They call it that old Mountain Dew, and then that refuses of you. I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
My old Aunt June went out and bought a pint of perfume, and it had such a sweet-smelling tune. But much to her surprise, when she had it analyzed, wasn't nothing but good old Mountain Dew.
They call it that old Mountain Dew, and that refuses a few. I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. They call it that old Mountain Dew, and they that refuses a few. I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
He sings notes so high, he has to lift his bridge to let them come out.
I crossed an anteater with an elephant.
What'd you get?
I don't know, but it sure has a sinus problem.
Now here's Mr. Johnny Cash singing The City of New Orleans.
Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors, 24 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out of Kankakee and moves along past houses, farms, and fields. Passing trains that have no name, switch yards full of old black men, and graveyards full of rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm a train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Dealing card games with an old man on the club car. Penny a point, nobody keeping score. Hey, pass a paper bag that holds a bottle, and feel the wheels rumbling neath the floor. And the sons of poor men porters and the sons of engineers ride their daddy's magic carpet made of steel. Mothers with their babes asleep, rocking to that gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm a train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home and we'll be there by morning, through the Mississippi darkness rolling down to the sea. And all the towns and the people seem to fade into a bad dream, and the steel rails still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings a song again. The passengers will please refrain. This train's got the disappearing railroad blues. Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm a train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done.
Now let's go visit Archie Campbell in the barber shop.
Well, that's it, Charles. See you tomorrow.
What do you mean that's it? You shaved half my face and left the other half hairy.
It's all right, it's 5 o'clock. I'm union. I'll see you tomorrow.
I hate a crippler that's a quitter.
Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
We figured she was rich, loaded to the hilt.
And we figured she had class like the Vanderbilts.
'Cause we had heard for years how she was so well reared.
How was we to know they meant the way she was built?
Agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
I've got to learn them fellas the fine art of suffering in silence.
Here's Buck Owens and the Buckaroos.
Rain dripping off the brim of my hat. It sure is cold today. Here I am walking down to 66. I wish you hadn't done me that way. Sleeping neath the table in a roadside park. Man might wake up dead, but it sure seems warmer than it did at home, sleeping in the king-size bed. Is anybody going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can't forget I've ever known her. Oh, fiddle the dawn. When creeping down the neck of my shirt like I ain't got nothing on, but I'd rather fight the wind and rain than what I've been fighting at home. Yonder comes a truck with the U.S. mail, people writing letters back home. Tomorrow she'll probably want me back, but I'll still be just as gone. Is anybody going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can't forget I've ever known her. Any place is alright as long as I can't forget I've ever known her.
Now here's Miss Jean Shepherd singing to her telephone.
Got me a phone in my home, but my hand don't fit the handle, and one number that I know. Since I had it installed, there ain't nobody called me, and I can't think of nobody I could call. So come on phone and play some pretty music. You can play and I'll sing along. Come on phone and be a comfort to me. I'd like to see you ring right off the wall. Got me some things I could say, but I got no one to say 'em to, and no one ever listened like I can. Well, there must be someone who feels the same way that I do, sitting waiting on the other end. So come on phone and play some pretty music. You can play and I'll sing along. Come on phone and be a comfort to me. I'd like to see you ring right off the wall. Telephone, play some pretty music. You can play it. You never could see the new styles they're wearing, like women folks walking out around in men's panks. And you couldn't see grown men wearing rompers. Instead of uncles, they look more like aunts.
Well, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone.
He's got a good, maybe.
Empty Arms Hotel.
Clerk person, me and my wife, the refrigerator, are checking out of room 414.
Your wife, the what?
My wife, she thinks she's a refrigerator.
Why, that's ridiculous. No woman would think she's a refrigerator. I refuse to believe that.
Good. Then you won't believe that room full of ice cubes we're leaving upstairs either.
Hey, Johnny, did you hear the story about the broken pencil?
Yeah, there's no point to it.
Grandpa, you're getting along in age. To what do you attribute your long life?
Well, the weather, Kathy. It's enough to put years on anybody.
Boy, you know something, Goodell? That old Slim Lewis that owns all them factories down in Seymour County, he sure is rich.
Yeah, but his money's tainted.
Yeah, it ain't yours and it ain't mine.
Say, Gordy, how's your boy doing in school?
Okay, Jim. Except the teacher loads him down with too much homework for me to do.
Going to the movies, Roy?
No, I ain't.
Hey, watch your grammar, Roy. I'm not going. He is not going. They are not going. Get it?
Yeah, ain't nobody going.
Hey, Junior, what's that string tied around your finger for?
To remind me to mail a letter.
Oh, well, did you mail it?
No, I forgot to write it.
Did you hear about the guy that came up with that amazing invention for looking through walls?
No, what's it called?
A window.
A jaybird and a sparrow danced all night together.
They danced all night in the briar patch and never lost the felt.
And they went eat.
If this keeps up, I'm going to complain to the ASPCA.
Hee-haw salutes, Full Tight, Mississippi. Population, 32.
I done it. I done it, Uncle Jim. Look at this. Watch it.
station I wanted.
Howdy, friends. Good to see you. Grandpa Jones, Roy Clark, and Bobby Thompson. This year we've added a new banjo. We added a little Rhonda Stoneman. Had to get out of the women live. We're doing one of our big numbers. Stop that tickling me. Ha, 1, 2, 3. How East I was in Arkansas, sitting on a rail. Sweet potato in my hand, a possum by the tail.
Oh, stop that tickling me. Put your arms around my neck and stop tickling me.
Grapevine round the gum. Oh, stop that tickling me. Throw your arms around my neck and stop that tickling me. Oh.
If I had a sweetheart, I'd set him on a shelf. And every time he'd grin at me, I'd get there up myself.
Stop that tickling me. Throw your arms around my neck and stop that tickling me. I rode him under a chicken roost and pulled off 93. Stop that tickling me. Put your arms around my neck and stop that tickling me. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week on Hee Haw!